If you were to have one bottle to take with you in a deserted island, what would that be?
So in a desert will be a problem, just because I'm a champagne lover. So in a desert, should be a problem with the temperature in that case.
Right, but let's just say you'll get
Italian Wine Podcast. Chin Chin with Italian wine people.
Welcome to another episode of On the Road with Stevie Kim. Today we have another interview from the Wine Cube in Rome, this time with Matteo Zappile, multi-award-winning sommelier at the 2 Michelin-star restaurant Il Pagliaccio in Rome. Stevie and Matteo discuss his career, his tasting methods, and the differences between young and aged wines.
Hello, my name's Stevie Kim and welcome to Italian Wine Podcast. This is the series of Wine Cube for Partesa, Rome edition, Roma. Siamo a Roma. And we did Milano, as you know. And what we'll be doing today is going through some of the guided tastings, some of the master classes held by some superstars in the wine industry. And today with us, we have, actually this is the first time I'm meeting Matteo. Matteo Zappile or Zappile?
Zappile, the first time.
Zappile.
Yes.
Okay. So Matteo, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, because we haven't met before, and what you do and how you're in the wine business?
Thanks for your amazing presentation. So, what about me? Very simple. I'm a wine lover. So, right now I'm the general manager of a 2 Michelin-star restaurant in Rome, 10 tables with 24 covers. And
only 10 tables?
Only 10 tables.
Wow.
So we are very wine passion, just because we have 1,700 different kind of labels in the wine list.
Oh,
so we
okay.
follow,
that's a lot of wine for 24 people.
Yeah.
What is the name of the restaurant and where is it located?
The name is Il Pagliaccio.
Il Pagliaccio?
Il Pagliaccio, yeah, come from to a frame. So a painting, exactly, painted by the mother of the chef.
Okay.
So the chef is
Which
Anthony,
means a clown.
A clown,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
exactly.
a clown.
Yeah. A clown, just because we make a mix between the Occidental culture and the Asian culture.
So it's fusion? Can you say it's fusion?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's
is
a fusion
fusion.
kitchen. Yes. Yeah.
So give me kind of the signature plate of the restaurant.
One of our signature could be the journey. So it's a foie gras and abalone fish together.
Oh, foie gras and abalone together?
Yes. With the pigeon as well. So we're gonna do a kitchen. We're gonna mix an Italian ingredient with French technique and Oriental spices. That's our fusion kitchen.
And what kind of wine do you pair with that?
That's a problem. It's a problem because the first problem is the fusion of the ingredient.
Yeah.
The second one is our tasting, our company blind tasting. So we're gonna do a pairing with many different kind of products. We start from the aromatic water, and we
water?
Yes, and we finish with, for example, a beer fermented in the woods, or sake, or different kind of coffee. So we're gonna taste. And make a pairing with everything.
So let's go back to the Wine Cube. Okay, the master class. What was the master class called?
The masterclass was a different tasting about the 2016 about the Barolo. So
Barolo?
Yes, Barolo. We choose a different area, Castiglione Falletto, Serralonga and La Mora. 2 different producers, Bovio and Davide Fregonese.
So how many labels did you taste?
2 wine producers, 4 labels.
Oh, okay, so 4. Okay.
Yes.
Because the others were tasting 9 wines.
No,
so you're only doing 4 wines.
4 wines. Yeah, 4 wines to understand the differences of the terroir and the single vineyards in the same, of course, in the same year, 2016.
So can you tell us of course they won't be tasting the wine with you, but can you give us a small example of what you'll be tasting?
We tasted 4 different kind of vineyards. So Prapo, Rocchette Vino, Parussi, and Cerretta.
Okay.
We're gonna taste the elegance of Cerretta and the idea of a Bobbio. Two different producers, completely different, the mentality and the idea of the terroir. So Bobbio is a classic producer, a classic mentality of producer of Barolo. Davide Fragonese is a modern way. Ready to drink, very elegant, very fresh, very rich in sapidity. Bobbio was very rich in structural, powerful, complex, and very persistent. So the same vintage, two completely different idea of a Barolo, with the same grape, the same area, of course, but different vineyards, different terroir, and completely different age and maturation.
So listen, for many of us, this is a very difficult tasting. It's very sophisticated, right? So in trying to understand the differentiation of the different single vineyards. In a blind tasting, how would you, as an expert, know the difference between these four wines? What are the characteristics that stand out to make you understand one wine is coming from one area of one producer?
That's a nice question. It's always more difficult, just because it's not very identity. There is not an exact identity of the terroir. There is the year, there is the terroir, there is the grape, and there is the mentality and the idea of the producer. So in the case you have to know the area, the year, and the producer. That's very important. So we can taste the same grape from three different producers, and there are three different company wine. So for a new sommelier, I suggest you to taste the classic Barolo, not the MGA, so not the single vineyard. The classic Barolo means the elegance, the harmonic parts, so the totally complexity of the different ingredients, from the acidity, from the nose, from the mouth. In that case, you understand the general idea of a Barolo, and after a lot of tasting, you can approach to the single vineyard. It's not easy for us as well. We have to taste a lot. We have to taste a lot of the same vineyards to understand the differences of the producer.
So when you are, what is your wine training? How did it all start? How did you start with the wine business?
I started many years ago from the Italian Association of the Sommelier. So
ICE.
The ICE in Italy. After the study of the classic three level, the four level here in Rome has a master sommelier of the Bibenda, become a teacher of the sommelier for the first and the last lesson. So the idea of the technique of the sommelier, and after sake sommelier, coffee sommelier. So I study a lot. I taste a lot. I taste all around the world. All the single day that I have free, I spend to taste.
All right. So you chose a wine for us to taste today, right?
No, I chose the color.
So you have no idea what we're going to taste?
No.
Okay, let's taste the wines together. Tell me, why don't we show our audience how you go about tasting a wine? Just very simply, not sophisticated, for someone who has some knowledge of wine but not an expert. Okay, so easy tasting.
Easy. Yeah. Easy tasting. The first one could be to see the color. If it's a beautiful color, easy taste. So a beautiful color. After the nose should be good.
But wait, let me go back a little bit. What do you mean a beautiful color?
Beautiful means still life.
Okay.
So if it's a red colors. If it's orange,
If it's orange, why would it be orange?
Yes.
It could be oxidated, right?
Oxidated, or a difference is coming different from the fermentation, from the production. That's another wine for the first wine to taste as a new sommelier.
Right.
So just our second or third level as a sommelier. So in that case, could be the first level as a sommelier. This one, so beautiful color, ruby reds.
I feel like
Shit.
it has a kind of a
Purple.
purplish tint, right?
As a nose, cherry.
So you first
Very
get
intense.
you get the fruit, right? You
Fruity
get the
tasting,
fruit.
yeah.
You're looking for fruit.
So the same you taste, the same you can imagine nose, you can find in mauve. It's very harmonic.
Yeah.
In that case, cherry and red fruity nose, the same in mauve. Cherry, red fruity, quite persistent, not too long, but quite persistent. Very harmonic, well balanced at the tannin, the acidity, the freshness. Simple wine.
Yeah, it's young wine, right?
Young wine, simple wine as an aperitif could be nice.
So for those out there who are not as an expert, how can you tell if this wine were to have a little bit more aging character, what it would taste like?
Aging character, you have to find more longness, so more persistent. In that case, the alcoholic nose is present. You have to find a bit more tannin, could be, to wait another 2 or 3 years. This is not the color for the aged wine. More powerful. In that case, this one could be very nice to taste as an aperitif, as we talk right now. In that case, we have to accompany with some food. So it's not a wine as aperitif, but to make a nice pairing in that case. So it's a completely different tasting, and the price as well.
Yeah, and also the fruit tends to be more cooked flavor, right?
Yeah, from
Not
fresh
less fresh
fruit to jam.
More jammy.
Yeah, more jammy. Yeah, and more spicy as well. Normally, the aged wine remain in the French oak for a few time, or in a tonneau, or in chestnut oak. In that case, you can taste, you can smell as a black pepper, like a cinnamon, like a white pepper as well.
So Matteo, in your job, you get a lot of possibilities to taste all the different types of wines, right? But what is your island wine? What is your favorite wine? If you were to have one bottle to take with you in a deserted island, this is why it's called island wine, what would that be?
So in a desert will be a problem, because I'm
One bottle.
One bottle,
Yes.
yeah. Just because I'm a champagne lover. So in a desert, should be a problem with the temperature in that case.
Right, but let's just say you put it in the very cool ocean.
Yeah, right now I drink a lot of champagne, I have to be honest.
Is it because your personal taste or because of for your
No,
restaurant?
my personal taste. Yeah, my personal taste. So you know what when the sommelier says, okay, we can do a pairing. We have a lot of wines, a big wine list. We can do a pairing with a lot of wines. It's a lie. I think the wine list is exactly the mirror of the subjective tasting of the sommelier. So in that case, on the wine list, you buy what you taste, what you like.
So there's
That's
a
why.
lot of champagne in Pagliaccio.
Yeah, 255.
Wow!
Yeah.
And what is the price range from?
From 60 to 10,000.
Wow, what is the 10,000?
Claude Menil, Magnum 96.
Okay. All right, we won't be tasting that wine today, by the way. Okay, so.
Unfortunately
Yeah.
not.
All right, that's a wrap, and thank you for joining us today, Matteo
you.
Zappile.
Le.
Zappile. Zappile from Pagliaccio, who is leading a tasting of the 4 Barolos from Partesa for wine. Grazie mille. Ciao ragazzi. Ciao ragazzi.
And that's a wrap. For more fascinating stories from the world of wine, go to ItalianWinePodcast.com or find us on SoundCloud, Himalaya, Spotify, or wherever you get your pods. Don't forget to subscribe and like all our channels. Chin chin, and thanks for listening.